I've been reading a book of research and it's titled Know Your Limits and Then Ignore Them. Well, I had this book since I was a child, but I never paid attention to it. And I read the first chapter and the title was March Off the Map. That the first nugget, March Off the Map. And I realized that I think keeping most of us average is not because we don't have the skills, it's not because we don't have the capability to do what we want to do, it's because we limit ourselves. It's because we have placed a wall, we have built a wall around ourselves and said, okay, I'm not going far, I'm not going past this wall. And that is the reason why we stay where we are, while we're not moving forward. There's this generic advice: play it safe, stick to the rules, don't do this. I'm not saying be a lawbreaker, but there are some places you need to be a lawbreaker. And then there's this rule: play it safe, make sure you don't get injured, don't take those risks. Nobody's saying don't take those risks. But we can't take those risks. We don't know how it will affect you. We don't know if it will backfire. We don't know if it will yield this result or this will yield that result. And then you feel like, okay, no, I should just stay here. I should just do this. At least I'm receiving something in. Something is coming in, so I can be fine. I'm good. But then you know within yourself that you want to go further. Please and please, if you're not someone who is willing to go further, you're very, 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 very comfortable with where you are at the moment, please scroll past this video. It is not for you. But if you are willing to take your life into your own hands and you are willing to march off the map, then this is for you. So before we continue, like and subscribe. And if you don't feel like liking and subscribing now, you can wait till the end of this video, but please stay with us. And we hope that you like it enough to like and subscribe, because we don't just talk here, we share life-saving hacks that we know, we have experienced, we have read, we have seen, and we know that it will help us and you. Now, what is it about this topic, March of the Map, how to stop being average? You put a limit and then you say, oh, this is what I'm going to stick by. I'm not going past this. I'm not going away from this. And then you don't move further. You want to start that business, but you don't start because you've checked the business, you've checked the returns, and you feel like, oh, this is not going to help me. This is not going to generate more than I already have. This is this, this is that. How would you know when you haven't started? How would you know when you haven't matched the map? It's just like putting a dome over yourself, and you're like, you're not going further because there's a dome over you. But when you don't try, how do you know? Charles Schwab, in his famous quote that I love, I quote, "The man who has set a limit on what he will do has set a limit on what he can do. You don't know if you can make movies if you don't make a movie. You don't know if you can talk to people if you don't talk to people. You don't know if you're an eloquent speaker if you don't speak to people. You don't know if you're good at math if you don't solve math. So you don't know if you don't try." So that's the very thing keeping us average. We don't try, so we don't even know what we can do. If you take the first step, the thing is, the motivation will come. You will move further, because he who puts his hand to the slow definitely need not take it back. Need not take it back. You see, most of the people you look at today and you're like, oh, I like this person. This person is my role model. Oh, I like this person. I like how they're moving. You're looking at Elon Musk, you're looking at Dangote, you're looking at Tony Elumelu, you're looking at Dora Okunyeni, you're looking at blah, 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 blah. You're looking at all those wonderful people and you're like, oh, I want to be like them. But then there's something we need to realize. They tried, they keep going. They didn't just come out one day and then boom, they're there. Elon Musk founded SpaceX in 2002. I think 6 years before I was born, and SpaceX faced heavy criticism. It was not something that was appreciated by the aerospace industry at that time. It was proved to be dangerous to space travel. But then look at where SpaceX is today. It's generating over $54,000 yearly for Elon Musk as a base salary. That's over 72.3 million naira. I'm in Nigeria, and even though our money is devalued, we don't talk about it. So yes, he's generating over 72.3 million naira. yearly from just SpaceX. That's only SpaceX. I'm not talking about his other companies. We're talking about only SpaceX. Then take us further back in history. The Wright brothers, the people who invented the airplane that you look, and then okay, you brought the plane from Abuja, and then within 3 minutes, within 5 minutes, you're in Lagos, you're in PH, you're in Calabar, and from Cross River, by the way. And then you're like, oh, I'm here, I'm happy. But then this Wright brothers, there was a time that it was condemned that okay, metals will never be able to float in air. Metals will never be able to go up in air. But then these Wright brothers didn't stop. They were not bothered by what was there. They went on with their goals. They were that delusional, and they achieved it. And then you sit here telling yourself, oh, I can't do this. Oh, no, I can't do this. I don't have to do this. I can actually stay within here. At least I'm receiving these returns. But then you cannot achieve, because the thing is, it's not only yourself you're doing those things for. When you remove the limits, when you move further, there are many other millions who are tied to you might not know at this point. But then you raise the bar for them. You take up that ceiling and then you tell them, oh, the sky is just a starting point, okay? There is really no limit. What am I saying? Do not stick to the crowd. Do not place limits on yourself. March off the map. And like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.